Welcome to another episode of the Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. You just got Wayne and Tim for now. I'm guessing, Ephraim, if you're out there, you're welcome to join us. Sixers got away. Sixers pulled one out tonight. I'm not mad. I know people going to be upset, and a lot of people going to be upset because they. Let me crank my seat up. A lot of people going to be upset because they're going to feel like Trae Young. That they had two starters not playing. And we should have mopped them. But hey, we didn't have two starters playing and we hung around with Boston. It happens like that sometimes, though. So, but I mean, we had our two superstars did what they were supposed to do. The Sixers, and to all of that, the fact that they we didn't blow them out when it came down to it in the fourth quarter. Hey, there you go. When it came down to it in the fourth quarter, our stars stepped up and we went on like a 13-0 run at one point, and it was just like sealed the deal in the fourth quarter. So I did like that. That's what you do when when the other team doesn't have their star. That's really where stars, in my opinion, that's where stars separate themselves, is down that stretch. And that's why we've had so much of an issue with Embiid in the fourth quarters in the playoffs and other players in the playoffs in the fourth quarters, because that's when your stars are supposed to finish that game out. And tonight they did, you know what I'm saying? And you seen where the Hawks didn't have theirs and they couldn't combat it. So what y'all get? What y'all see tonight? Anything?
I agree. It was reminiscent to me of the Sixers Boston game when we was missing Embiid and Maxey, and how we fought to the very end. And in the end, that's where you need your star power at. At the end of the game, Maxey took the game home at the end, and that's where when we was lacking with Embiid and Maxey was missing against Boston, Tatum took the game over at the end, and it was a done deal. So that's where that star power is so important. But collectively as a team, all them dudes that we picked up, Batum in early on in the season, with the Harden trade, and Oubre in the off season, them dudes been playing huge for us. That's what I can't wait to see.
And Pat Bev
as well. Pat Bev actually, listen. I like Draymond. I know there's a lot of people on here who don't like Draymond, who don't believe Draymond is one of the top 10 all-time defensive players in the NBA. I actually put him in my top 5. But Pat Bev is a small Draymond. Like, that's what he do. He give you heart, blood, sweat, and tears. He out there grinding every night. He throw his body into the mix. Sometimes he used to throw his body in the mix too much. I remember he hurt Russell Westbrook that time, and Westbrook still, I don't think, ever forgave him for hurting him like that. Yeah. But that's neither here nor there. He gave you good quality minutes at the point guard position. Let Maxey just kind of be a scorer for a little while. Gave some good quality minutes at the plant, kind of, facilitating a little bit. And we got the win, man. We got the win down the stretch. I like how the squad is looking right now.
Good game. Both teams played well. I would say Max is playing a little bit too many minutes right now in the regular season. He played like 39 tonight. You don't want to get ran down. If you notice, they had to take him out in the fourth quarter because he was doing silly stuff. Like, he fouled the ball behind the 3-point line. And we actually had 3 calls today. We did that 3 times today in the game. Twice in the first quarter and once at the end. You can tell that's the kind of foul you get when your body's tired. And I guess Nick Nurse realized that and took him out for a couple of minutes. But 39 is a little bit too long.
Tired. He only like 22, 23 years old. He ain't no reason to be tired. I ain't trying to hear that. I don't want to hear that tired stuff. Nah.
He was tired. The way they play now, the way he plays.
They just was off for like 5 days. They was just off for like 5 days. I don't want to hear nothing about a 22-year-old being tired, bro. We just was off for like 5 days, and you telling me Maxey tired?
He was tired. That's why he had created that foul. That foul was, I'm tired. That was an I'm tired foul.
Okay.
I'm a little worried about Paul Reed. Looks like he's regressing a little bit. He only played like 6 minutes tonight. They put Mobamba in there. So, I mean, I know Mobamba played pretty well when Embiid was out. So, I guess he's sharing minutes now with Paul Reed. But 6 minutes for a guy we just gave $23, $24 million for 3 years. Paul Reed got to be smarter. But I guess he got to show right now he's struggling, and I guess the coach sees that, so he has to step up. I'm looking for more for Paul Reed. But overall, it was a good win. We was able to secure win against a sub 500 team without their star player. When we did what we were supposed to do.
I mean, I kind of agree with him a little bit. I mean, Maxey, he could be tired. Somebody said Maxey was sick, so he might be a little winded. But I mean, this is the most pressure and most demand that they have of Maxey since he's been here. So when Harden was here, Harden dribble, you know him. Maxey ran around a little bit, but now they asking Maxey to do a lot of facilitating, a lot of scoring, to be way more aggressive. So I mean, in spurts he might get a little winded. I'm not saying he's tired, like he you know, his body is worn down for the season already, but in spurts he might get a little tired. This is the most they demanding of him. So, you know, but he's rising to the occasion. Like I told y'all, he's averaging this and that. I can't stress how prophetic I've continued to be on this outlet of a podcast that we put together. I've been telling y'all since the very beginning. I said, this is okay. Here we go. Okay, here we go. There goes the hate. It goes the hate.
I got tired. My fault. Woo,
I'm telling y'all that Maxey was going to be that bull this year. I said he was going to get to around 25, 27 a game this year, and he's right on par. He might be up to 27 now with these 30-point games. No. Everybody didn't say
I
that.
think we always pretty much big on Maxey. Yeah,
I'm not talking about y'all.
Also he's been this great prophet of Maxey. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. First of all, I'm not talking about y'all. I'm not talking about y'all, Halliburton. Let's get back to that Halliburton conversation where Wayne tried to say he was all on board with Halliburton. Now that Halliburton balling and everybody level winners. So
where did I say that? Oh, first of all, the conversation was I always liked Halliburton. I always liked Halliburton, and my point was when we made the trade. When we made the trade,
you never really identified yourself as a liker of Halliburton.
The point that I argued was, which me and Tim both was arguing, was we wanted a superstar for Ben Simmons. That's the point we were both arguing. I never said I did. As a matter of fact, when the Sixers was talking about making that trade before Harden was available, I said I wanted De'Aaron Fox, not Halliburton, because De'Aaron Fox was to me, I thought De'Aaron Fox was a star. That being said, Halliburton would have been a great pickup for the Sixers. But I've never anybody that knows me outside of y'all small group, because y'all wasn't talking about basketball all year round a couple years ago. Y'all thought everybody wanted to talk about the Eagles. And I was telling y'all everybody talk basketball. And in the other groups I was in, I always talked about liking Halliburton. I just didn't think that he was. I didn't think he was going to be this good though. I did not see that.
Ephraim, we got to take his word. We got to take his word that in all other groups he talked about Halliburton, but in our group,
I never said. Where did I ever say anything bad about Halliburton as a player? My whole thing was I didn't want to. I did. I said I liked Halliburton. I said I did not want to get another young guy. I wanted to bring in a proven star. That was the whole point.
Hearing this? You never said you
remember
liked
when y'all was talking about how y'all was talking about how Embiid got a closed window. He's only going to be good for a couple years, this, that, and other. And I said I want a proven superstar to go along with Embiid. That's what I said. You didn't
believe that. You didn't believe Embiid had a short. You didn't believe Embiid had this short window.
Yeah, but I still wanted a proven superstar. Can I get in? Here. Okay. I didn't want to start over with developing.
Okay, can I speak now that you spoke for the last 5 minutes?
But don't bring up that topic that had nothing to do with what we talking about. Just because
that's fine.
Pumping yourself as a prophet.
But that's fine. But we could discuss it. If you're gonna get your point, I'm gonna get my point. I don't care I don't care how passionate you feel about it. The bottom line is you never said you liked them. You never said you liked them. You may have
I never said I didn't like him. So where did I say I didn't like him?
And that's fine. That's fine. And I was going to say that. You never said you didn't like him, but don't act like you was on some Halliburton campaign now that he balling. I know everybody love a winner, just like everybody love the Eagles now that they winning and all this, that, and the third. But you not going to sit here and try to tell me and the rest of the people that you was like a Halliburton from the gate because you wasn't. Now stop the cat.
So when did I say I was on the Halliburton campaign? When did I say that?
On our personal path, you was talking about how you always liked them.
I didn't. No, I did not. I said I always liked Halliburton, and I said I didn't want to trade for him because I wanted a superstar. I said that. So what do you want me to say? I said I did. I thought I wanted to get Dame. I wanted to get Harden. And that's where I give Ethan the credit, because Ethan said he wanted to go with the younger person, with somebody younger for the future, for now and the future. And I said I wanted a proven star. That's what I said. Yes.
Like I said, I know what you said, and you never said you.
And mind, you know why we talking about it? Because Ephraim got called out for his cap right now, like he was this great. See, we're gonna talk about the fact that I said that Maxey.
I did.
The fact that Wait. We ain't gonna talk about the fact that I was the one sitting there talking about some Maxey was gonna be a John Morant type star, and it was like, what John Morant? I said he got potential to be a John Morant level star, and I was told I was crazy. The same way what? Did I not say that?
That's not. First of all, that's not what you said. That's not. What
I didn't say he's gonna be a John Morant. I didn't. And that was right when John Morant started putting up monster numbers, and y'all was like, "You see what John Morant doing?"
You said he reminds you of John Morant.
No, I didn't. I said he has potential to be a John Morant. That's what I said.
You said he.
I said potential to be a John Morant. That's my exact words. Thank you, make him pay. This is the foolishness I deal with.
And when you said that, we said he doesn't really remind us of John Morant because he doesn't have the super freak athleticism of John Morant. That's where the conversation went. So let me bring the conversation.
And then we went on with the conversation. And I said, no, my original comment was he has the potential to be a John Morant.
You walked it back. And then when you realized when Maxey started balling, you like,
when did I ever walk it back? I said he had the potential to be a John Morant. That's what I've said from the beginning.
Wayne walked back, just walk back.
And yeah.
Thank you, Ampu. Hey, get them. Get him.
Yeah, he's saying you said what I said you said. That's what he's saying.
To the chat.
Y'all.
This is why I come in here. This is why I be in here yelling, because I deal with this foolishness like this all the time.
He's saying you said what I said you said. That's what he's saying. He's saying Wayne said that.
I said what I said.
Tell him.
What are y'all saying I said? What did I say?
Ampu. Let him know for real.
Because even people in the chat was coming at me about talking about John Morant and Maxey in the same breath. And I had to clarify myself and say the potential. Thank you, Ampu. Thank you.
Somebody MOTC X-Man, somebody mute Ampu Minds, please, for the next. Somebody time him out for a couple seconds. Please. Can we get a timeout on Ampu Minds? Bernard McCoy, good looking. I'm sorry, too. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm saying read his comments.
Fellas, I hope I hope we go get Dorian Finney-Smith or Siakam because Embiid's knee injury didn't look so good. I don't know. I mean, I was a little concerned. Obviously, I heard, Olive kept saying how, he cringe every time he see Embiid go down and grab the knee. Embiid do that a lot, though. So I'm not sure how serious or not serious. He go through the theatrics a little bit. And I'm not saying he's not feeling pain. I'm not saying that. There we go with this stupid little app again. But what I say is he's a big dude. That's a lot of weight coming down on the knees, and especially it came down kind of more on one knee than the other. But it might have just been a muscle spasm or something. I don't know. If it's something serious, I do agree with you.
Jamar, listen to the words. I said potential. I still didn't say he's. First of all, is Josh still a superstar? What he a gun-toting superstar? I don't see him playing.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
He gets suspended like 25 games a season.
Don't do that. When he come back,
listen, you already know I like Ja. You know I like Morant.
Yeah, X-Men said Indy will be 10 games in the 500 by the All-Star break bucket. Well, X-Men, which
I don't know.
Halliburton
for real. I think Halliburton's for real.
It ain't even about India. It's about Halliburton. He got this hate thing on Halliburton. X-Men, what's going on with Halliburton? He trying to crack on your girl or something? You ran into him at the mall and your girl's like, oh, he cute. What happened that makes you hate the boy Halliburton? Because all he been doing was balling. This dude, they said, this is a phenomenal stat, by the way. They said that only twice in NBA history has a player logged double-digit assists and 0 turnovers. And Halliburton did it twice. He's the only dude to do it. Yeah. That's impressive, man. That's special. That's saying something, right? He did it twice.
Hey,
in back-to-back games. He did it 4 times. He did it in back-to-back games, logged double-digit assists, 2 straight games, 2 times. Impressive.
Hey, Jamar, no, I'm not saying. All I'm saying is, first of all, you can lose superstar status because of suspension. Because if the league don't like you, you don't start getting the benefit of them calls. Your star starts to get dulled down a little bit. We know how the league can be when they don't like somebody and they start throwing some shade on them. So, but that being said, I mean, as long as he got his mind together and everything right, I mean, what's his name is that boy? I mean, John Moran is
Ja.
that boy. I'm kind of trolling with that a little bit, but my whole point was I thought that Maxey could be on that level of I thought he had that potential. I still don't think he's there yet. But see, whenever I say stuff like that, like even back then when I was saying about his potential, it was because I was saying he wasn't there yet, but I was being told by people here that I was a hater of Maxey because I wasn't saying that Maxey was the all great, wonderful. Some people in here were saying that Maxey was the better player than Embiid and that they should feature Maxey over Embiid, that Maxey should be the star and Embiid should be the Robin to Maxey. This is what some people in here have said. And
some people also said Maxey should be coming off the bench. Remember, I was promoting that Maxey should never come off the bench, and now Maxey's almost averaging 30 points a game. You know what I mean? So,
but you said he's tired. But he's tired, so maybe he should come off the bench because he's tired, according to y'all.
I didn't say
Maxey's tired.
I said he might have got winded for a minute.
I said he might have got. Yeah, but he's tired now, so maybe he should come off the bench because he's tired.
I said he might have got winded for a second. You know what I mean, it's okay to get winded. But Indiana is playing.
I'm just saying.
But, real quick. I mean, I know we didn't talk about this game overly a lot, but there is a lot going on in the NBA. I will say, I didn't hate on it, so I'm not going to offer an apology to Adam Silver. But I will say this in-season tournament has surprised me more than I anticipated. It's been some really good games with this in-season tournament. And it's going to cap off, obviously, with Indiana and the Lakers going at it. One thing I did say, and I think I'll stand by that, it's going to be more important 4 to 5 years from now. Like when you start gauging players' greatness on how many in-season tournaments, in-season MVPs, and finals and championships, I think all that's going to play a part. It's going to be like how people, talk about the regular season MVP, the finals MVP. Now you got the new award with the Western Conference, playoff MVP and all that. Those trophies are going to mean more as time goes on. But so far, I mean, I have to give him credit. It started off pretty nice. The in-season tournament has some good games, and we'll see how good this Indiana Lakers game is going to be tomorrow. What y'all think about?
Thank you, Jamar. That's exactly what it was about Maxey coming off the bench. It was because I was arguing that because we had no bench. And since Maxey, when he was in the starting lineup, we were saying how he wasn't getting the ball enough. Ben wasn't giving him the ball enough. Or at that time, it wasn't even with Ben. It was it was with whoever in there. It was like Maxey not getting the ball enough because Embiid is selfish, this, that, and other. And I said, well, how about have Maxey come off the bench? And it don't mean that he has to play a diminished role. He could play. He's still going to be the closer and everything else. But if we needed this off the bench, then bring him off the bench.
You can still do that. You can still do that with staggered minutes, though. That's the point I was making as well. Like you could stagger the minutes where you don't have to.
But Doc don't know how to do that, so it wasn't going to work with Doc. So that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
Doc,
that's
the same way.
Then that's not a Doc. That's not a Maxey problem. It's a Doc problem. I see what you're saying. I'm not arguing.
But that's why I was saying that. It was the same way when Doc. Remember when Doc purposely wasn't playing Maxey, and I said send him down to the G League, and Ethan tried to make a big deal. Wayne said send Maxey to the G League, and my whole thing was if you're not going to play this young bull up here, let him go down there to get actual game experience instead of sitting on the bench and just playing in practice.
No, I agree, but
I wasn't saying he was trash and just put him on the bench.
That was a bad thing to do. I would have never sent him down to the G League because there ain't nothing like NBA experience. I mean, for God's sake.
But he wasn't getting no time from Doc.
Paul Reed was the MVP. Paul Reed got all the time in the world in G League, and look, he's still the same person.
But I mean, I don't totally disagree with Wayne. I don't totally disagree with Wayne because Golden State did that with Jordan Poole in the middle of the season. He actually came back.
Jordan Poole's a fool.
Jordan Poole helped him win a championship. Okay. I mean, and he played great. Now he got a little arrogant after he got his money and started doing the most, but that don't take away from what the G League did to his game. I hate when people don't do that. Don't be that guy when you mention somebody's accomplishments and then you want to come back and hate on them because some of the off the court stuff.
Because don't Tim like Obi? Don't Tim like Obi over there in Toronto? Wasn't he like a G League MVP too?
No, I ain't like that. I don't even know you don't.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He not.
Listen,
I mean, just I mean.
The Pacers right now, they are the hottest team on the block right now. And according to Woj yesterday, he said that they are shopping for a wing like a Siakam.
Hey, Jamar Oliver. I'm sorry, Tim. I'm sorry. Jamar Oliver, I apologize, Tim. I may cut you off. But this is what I said. This is my point about saying that. Minutes is minutes. I agree. So you can have him start and stagger his minutes and still have him play with the second unit and still get his minutes. So why does he have to come off the bench? I want to come out the game, boom, boom, boom. And like I said everybody ain't built to come off the bench. Remember when Maxey started coming off when he did start coming off the bench? Remember they actually did do that, and when he got injured and came back slowly and he didn't play as well. Some people ain't.
So you talking about when he got injured and he came back and didn't play as well? You said no. So you said when he got injured, he came back.
But he came back healthy. But he still came back healthy.
Injured, came back and didn't play as well.
But he came back healthy. He still was healthy. He wasn't injured playing. He wasn't injured.
So he had to get back in the flow.
He came back in the flow on the bench and he didn't play well. And as soon as he entered the starting lineup, he started playing better again. So the connection is there. It was you acting like he was still playing bad when he started. No, he was coming off the bench. He wasn't playing well. As soon as you started again, he started playing well. So you don't have to have a good player come off the bench just because you're missing bench time. You can still stagger the minutes if your bench is weak. That's what Boston is doing now with their whole lineup.
Maxey already started off. He started out as a bench player. He just decided once they put it. The only reason why he started to start lineup because Ben started acting up and refused to report. But before that, he was a bench player. It's just that he got comfortable as a starter.
You got to get something. You got to do something with this echo.
What you say? Oh, and to everybody, listen. I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine with trading Tobias Harris if that's going to bring us something in here. My whole thing about trading Tobias, first of all, Tobias didn't even. I'm trying to understand why people hating on Tobias tonight. Like his numbers wasn't
Tobias
bad.
Is trash.
The Tobias,
he's trash.
13 points, 8 rebounds. He was not 5 for 9, 56%.
That's trash. See, that's what I'm saying. When people don't like somebody, that wasn't trash. Where was that trash?
Because
it's trash according to the money he's getting paid, but he's not.
No, according to the player, trash. He is. According to the player, he is. Tobias Harris should not be on this team. I'm telling you, if we get somebody,
I'm fine with trading him, but I'm not. Remember when you wanted to trade him for who was it, John Collins? Or do you need to play for? Wait, where do that? Remember the dude that used to play for Atlanta? And you was all hyped because he dunked on Embiid. Trade Toby for him. Where's he at now?
I think he's like in Utah somewhere. He's like in the Midwest. He might be playing for Utah.
He in China somewhere. They got him in China.
I still would take him over Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris does nothing well. He does nothing good. He's not a good player. He's not a great player. He does nothing well.
He's not great, but to say he does nothing well that's idiotic. He does a lot of things okay and well. He just does nothing great.
He does nothing good.
He does. He's well consistent. He's very well consistent.
Oh yeah, he's never late for the plane. Every time the plane is they're about to take off, he's there.
And he's there. Hey, look, and in all honesty, one thing you gotta get Toby, much you want to hate, he's available more often than not. He's probably the most available player in your whole lineup.
Yeah,
and he's a player that the whole team respects, and he's a player that the other players respect, and that they like. So he's not straight trash. He's not straight trash. He's not worth the money. He's not worth the money that he makes. And I'm fine with trading him if you're bringing in better talent. But you argue about going unilateral with the talent level. And my thing is, why trade unilaterally with the talent level when he fits the system and the team and the coaches like him and the players like him?
But he don't. That's the problem.
What Ephraim always talk about? Ephraim, what you always talk about?
You will learn. You will learn.
The chemistry.
You always learn.
Chemistry.
In the playoffs.
The chemistry. I'm fine. I'm fine. I agree with SS Relabel. He says the third, fourth option, Tobias is fine. Exactly. This is all about his contract. I agree with you 100%. I had this argument with Tim. I'm not fitting to do too much arguing about this point today because I had this argument with Tim on our own personal chat for about a good half a day. So I'm not too motivated to do it today, but I think Toby's fine as the third and fourth option, and I'll leave it at that.
So you want to say he's fine as the third option on a championship caliber team? He would be your Clay. Golden State. If you got Clay, Durant, and Curry, he's good to be. He's your Clay.
That's Clay. You talking about a super team?
No, I'm talking about.
So how about Denver? Who was Denver's fourth best player? What was their averages?
We did this the other day. It was
exactly. And Tobias Harris averages was around the same as Michael Porter and Aaron Gordon.
Just the average is about the play of that player in the playoffs, and it always comes down to Tobias Harris never rises to the occasion. Never. which is why we've never been out the second round of playoffs. We can't count on him for that one time.
Just Muller, that's absolutely false. Tobias loves Toby. I mean, Tobias probably loves Toby too. But Embiid and Toby get along very well. They talk to each other in the offseason, talk about working out and all that other stuff. Listen to interviews when Tobias talk and when Embiid talk. They speak very highly of each other. So
it doesn't matter. Listen, I like a lot.
I'll never give Toby a max again. Go ahead, tell my fault.
Now let's say you got the crumble cookies, because I'm willing to trade them for one.
See that's cutting off your nose to spite your face. Just because you don't like it.
It's not. It's Tobias.
It is.
Look at Tobias to see how he plays. He's not. Let's say you handle all the bills in your house, and you got one bill that you like. Okay, this is the one bill that you have. I want you to pay this one bill. It's the only bill you got to pay. He does not have the ability to pay that one bill. He doesn't do anything great. We need him to rise to the occasion.
But he does a lot of things solidly and well. He's a good team player.
I will give it.
No, Abdul, we're not saying third option. We said fourth.
I will give a shout out to a couple Atlanta players. They played really, really well, especially the bull Hunter. He was hooping. What he had 24.
Oh yeah,
9, 15, 50%. I mean, they was actually at one point. It was in the second quarter when they took that right before halftime. They took that 68-60 lead or 62 lead or something. Bro, they couldn't miss. They was hitting every three that they put up. Bogdanovich was knocking down threes consistently. What's the bull name? Bay got into the party. I always liked Murray, even when he was playing with San Antonio. This echo is killing me. But
I don't hear it echo. Oh,
you hear it too, Tim? Yeah, I still hear it myself. Even though your mic is muted, it's the format, Tim. It's this service. It ain't your mic. It comes and goes.
This is what I would challenge you to do. To remember over all these years, all these players you saying you would have traded Tobias for. Go back and look and see, like Collins, who you like. Look at his stats and look at Tobias' stats.
just Mula 97. Nobody got Stockholm syndrome. All we're saying is nobody's saying he's a great player. I'm saying he's fine as a third and fourth. That was actually pretty funny. I give you that. He's a solid player at a third or fourth option. I should never mention it. Not Tim going cheesy and post a comment up there. Yeah, for some reason that is me. Wayne's not echoing. I don't know what's going on.
Maybe I got my sound system set up right.
Okay. Thank you.
See this and this, and look, I'm not.
It's the platform.
Yo, Jess Muller, you know what the problem is with Tobias? I honestly think, and I get it. It's because he got paid that big money. So when you pay a person that it does have to do with that. When you pay a person that kind of money, you expect better production. Tobias is playing. If Tobias Harris is making the money that Paul Reed was, if Paul Reed was putting up Tobias Harris numbers, Tim, you would be gushing all over him. You see how great you see what Paul Reed doing this and but he's not. No. He's making max money from that year. So it's like when you're looking at that, and that's why when I look at players, and I did the same thing with Ben because Ben wasn't a max player. But when I looked at Ben, I said Ben does bring something to the team. I had to get over the fact that he was the number 1 overall pick and that he was making his big money and just look and see what he could do for the team.
No, because
that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you got to get over where somebody was drafted once they're in the league.
When Ben Simmons was here, we were able to put him on the best score, and he would defend, and it was a very good defender. When Embiid
was behind him, yes.
It doesn't matter when he was behind him.
How great is he defending right now? He defending the water on the bench right now. He defending the Gatorade bottles.
Once again, when Ben Simmons was here, he was able to defend.
Yeah, because he had Embiid.
It doesn't matter.
Because he had Embiid that you was hating on.
Tobias Harris does nothing well. The only thing he does is he shows up on
That's time. Exactly what it is, Charlie.
He's like the dude that just retired recently from Miami Heat. He's a good mascot. He's a good guy.
I do agree, Cole Ray. I think Nick Nurse is coaching him better. I think he's coaching the team and as a whole better, to be honest with you. And I wouldn't mind. I don't know. This might be. Let me adjust myself.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, you.
Do y'all hear it now still? Oh yeah.
I don't.
I still hear it. Let me
Wayne
turn.
might got his amplifier.
No, Wayne ain't got no amplifier. Don't put it on Wayne. That's y'all. They saying when y'all talk, they hear. They ain't that with me.
No, but I mean,
I
shout
hear
out
it
to
now.
the Atlanta Hawks.
Now I hear it. Whatever you just did.
The fact that they don't have Trae Young today.
It's weird because now I don't hear it no more. I hear it
It's
very slight.
It's the platform.
Yeah, I don't know.
All
Tim,
right,
you gotta do something. We might need to go back to Zoom again, bro. This ain't working. I don't know why you want to get off. Yeah, I mean, get all extra with it and change the platform anyway, and now we constantly running the technical difficulties.
It costs money. We need y'all to make sure y'all watch our commercials when y'all go to watch this later on and everything. We need every bit of money we can get so Tim can stop short changing this on the platforms.
Yeah, ain't gonna pay the extra $15 for Zoom.
Hit us up on Cash App.
My problem, it's because my problem is Tobias. My problem is Morris getting minutes over Covington. Tobias is predictable and don't step up when you need him.
Exactly.
I thought it was a stretch in the game. I thought it was a stretch in this game when we started going down a little bit and Tobias had a couple shots.
No, Tobias actually gave us some solid minutes. I think it was early in the second quarter. He made a couple plays. I was intentionally texting Tim every time Tobias did something. He made about 3 or 4 good plays in a row, actually. So, I mean, Tobias gives you stuff in spurts. This what a third or fourth option is supposed to do for you. Any given moment, he could be 3 or 4. I'm fine with that. He gives you minutes in spurts. Nobody expecting Toby to give you 30. The 30 is from Embiid, Maxey, and maybe even if Oubre get hot one day, Oubre could come out and give you a 25-30 piece. But I'm not expecting that from him.
But you're not really expecting, if you got 2 players scoring around 30, are you really expecting a third one to score? So you talking about 90 points between 3 players?
No, I'm just saying if need be, if the 1 or 2, if your second player might be struggling, then your third player could come up and drop 30. And even Melton has been shown that he could come up and drop, close to 30, 25 to 30 points a game. So you got a number of dudes, I'm saying, who could step up when necessary. This is what I'm so confused.
Whatever Ephraim did, he put his bad echo on me. Whatever he did to his system.
I put that Yamin on him. I put that
No, you ain't put that Yamin on me. You ain't. Come on, Diddy. Stop that. Stop it, Diddy. Stop it, Puff. Stop it, Puff. You ain't putting no Yamin on me.
Tobias gave us 13 points, so he averaged about.
You hear that now?
3.2 points a quarter.
What you
so
saying?
Tobias gave us 13 points a game, so he averaged about 3.2 points a quarter.
That's fine for a third option. That's the time for tonight. He was pretty much a fourth option.
Tobias averaged 17 points a game. What are you talking about?
No, you're talking about tonight. He's saying tonight.
Tonight he gave us 13.
Embiid gave you 38. Maxey gave you 30. Melton gave you 15. Oubre gave you 11. Tobias gave you 13. So tonight Tobias was the fourth option. That's okay for a fourth option. I'm still trying to figure out why you mad that a fourth option is giving you averaging for the year 17 points a game.
You will learn. You will learn. You will understand. Come watch the playoffs, and then watch him getting dealt with, trying to go for a dunk and get the shot 8 up continuously. Going there and trying to defend, and then Kate Tatum light him up 50.
Listen, I'm not. First of all, he actually did good on Tatum through the majority of the playoffs last year. But I'm not confused as to who Tobias is. I always told y'all Tobias is more of a late 80s, early 90s style player. He's not really that athletic. He's not going to be jumping out the building or nothing like that. But on this team right here, he's a solid piece. Eric 215 is exactly what we've been saying. What is the first thing he bring up about Toby? Toby making $500K a night.
Yep,
that's the problem. If I agree with Wayne 1,000%, if Toby was making Melton money, or if he was making what Paul Reed is making, or if he's making what Oubre is making, because they got Oubre on the cheap. Bulls wouldn't be.
I think Oubre should be the third option. I think we all agree Oubre should be the third option.
I agree. Everybody wouldn't be going crazy every time Tobias had a subpar or a bad game, because tonight he didn't even play bad and Tim still hating. 13 points, over 50% shooting, and Tim still mad.
8 rebounds, or like 8 rebounds. But Tim won't mention that.
Yeah,
all that game. Yeah. 13 points, 8 rebounds, shot 5 for 9. So wait, and then he shoots 5 for 9. Then it's like he don't shoot enough. So then if he start jacking, he taking shots away from Maxey.
No.
First of all, y'all gotta understand Tim's mind. Tim, listen, the first few shots, Tim was like, "Dag, Embiid didn't have 4 shots already." He cooking. Why are you hating on Embiid cooking early?
See, ample. I agree. Ample mind. Nobody expects in the clutch for Toby to come through. I don't. So how many times you seen a fourth option on any team make the biggest shots and come in the playoffs? Now you see it every now and then, but
sometimes they do.
No, I'm saying every now and then, and I'm not even saying Toby can't make a huge basket. But how many times you see a third or fourth option take over in the fourth quarter? How many times you see that?
How many times you see Aaron Gordon? How many times you see Aaron Gordon do it?
Y'all just looking at scoring. I'm not looking at scoring. I'm saying I need some dominance. He needs to do something dominating, like a great defense. He needs to be defending.
He played excellent.
Okay. All right.
He needs to be lighting him up with assists. He needs to be doing something extraordinary. And if he's going to be the 4th best player,
Oubre averaged 22 points a game last year. Oubre can be a third option.
Okay, who you want as your third as Tobias Harris? Who you want to replace Tobias Harris?
Pascal Siakam.
You would hold on. Wouldn't you?
I wouldn't mind having Siakam as a third option. I wouldn't mind Siakam as a third option.
I wasn't.
You said the African ball players is inconsistent at times in the clutch when you need them to be. Then you
I never said that.
Okay,
not publicly.
Okay. I'm just saying. Now you want. This is what I'm saying. So you pass out Siakam will get here. You're gonna be saying the same thing about pass out Siakam
that
you said about Tobias.
Siakam is a bucket. I want that small forward position. If you give me somebody in that small forward position, that's good. Like even if they upgrade the power forward position, either one. We need somebody in that wing position. I've always been saying that we need somebody that's going to be a good wing who can defend the Tatums, because we're going to go up against Tatum. He's 6'8", 6'9". That's what we're going to go against. We need a defender who's going to be able to defend him or
Tobias Harris played solid defense against him. If you remember, when he started going off is when they was doing switches and getting Maxey matched up against Tatum.
No,
and then when he took Embiid off the dribble a couple times. No, Tobias played pretty good defense against him last year in the playoffs.
One possession don't make it a great.
It wasn't no possession.
It was like a possession.
Do we forget that Tatum had some rough shooting nights and and then got hot in game what 5? But Tatum was struggling that whole game up until in the fourth quarter.
D'Angelo Abdul, the All-Star, the interesting part about this team is there's no real outright third option right now. This is why I keep saying Tobias is the third or fourth option, because any given night it's either Oubre, Melton, or Tobias Harris. So and actually Batum has been kind of creeping into that conversation every now and then, but more consistently than not, it's either Oubre, Tobias Harris, or it's DeAnthony Melton. That's why I say third or fourth, because any one of them could play that role on any given night. Right now, this year, Pascal Siakam is only shooting 20% from three. His career is 32% from three.
I'm looking at the stats. I'm talking about somebody that can score.
Whoa. So you
tell me? But hold on though, Ephraim. But Siakam is averaging 20 points on 48% shooting and 7 rebounds and 5 assists.
I'm fine with that, but I'm fine with that. But don't we always talk about the spacing for Embiid down the middle? So if you can't
that is absolutely true.
If you shooting 32%, if you shooting 20% this year and 32 for a career, and Tobias is around, what's Tobias? I think Tobias is around 37% for three or something like that.
Yeah, I'm about to say he was close to 40 for a long time.
So now you point out all the spacing because you think his defense is so locked down that you're going to sacrifice the spacing for Joel Embiid. So then when Joel Embiid start playing bad because he's getting hacked up and Boston really cramming down the lane on Embiid, then you're going to start talking about Embiid. Now it's going to be Embiid fault again. You all over the place. This what I'm saying.
No, because here's the difference. Patrick Siakam can finish around a basket easily. So he's shooting 48%. So let's say that's not happening with Tobias. Well, all of a sudden he gets the rebound and he can just flick it up, hit that mid-range, do those other things around the bucket.
Yes, X-Men Oubre is better, but I got a homie who's a Toronto fan and he can't stand Pascal Siakam. He hate on Pascal Siakam like you hate on Tobias Harris. He said he a fraud. The only reason he won that championship was because the bull Kawhi got there, so forth and so on. But this is what y'all do. Y'all see a dude, and this is the point Wayne made a while ago, and I give Wayne credit. When you watch somebody all the time, you build up some animosity toward them, but you see these other dudes playing somewhere else, and you see glimpses of them. You see a highlight of him dunking, or you hear, oh yeah, he did a good job against such this night, and you get overly caught up thinking he's gonna be better. You seen Collins dunk on Embiid one time, and you couldn't stop talking about Collins and how long he was and all this stuff. Pause. And you
oh no, those were the words you were using, though.
Yes, yes, it was.
You don't tell him, Paul, those were your words.
Yes, you was. And you got overly caught up on him. And now if he came here, oh my goodness.
Guess what? But guess what?
Let me get over
because he'll hype up Michael Porter Jr. He's averaging 17.5 on 48% shooting.
All right, let me say something. Pascal Siakam, his last 10 games, 25 points, 30 points, 21 points, 22 points, 17, 18.
You said you don't care about stats. Why are you reading stats?
36, 16, and 23.
You said you don't care about stats. Why are you reading stats?
I'm going to be so upset. I'm going to be so upset if he give me 25, 30, 21.
You think he's going to get the same? You think he's going?
He's the only player they got. Who's the other player?
They got the young boy.
Let me see. Do they both shoot the same amount of shots this year? Because I'm sure Siakam probably shoot more shots than Toby do.
Listen, I'm telling you, I'm cool with you telling me that he's shooting 48% and scoring like this. I'm gonna be mad at him.
Listen, you don't have supers. All right. In the NBA, for the most part, you don't have a superstar at every position. Some positions, you have to have a good player. You know what I'm saying? That's just like when we look at the dudes like Aaron Gordon.
Aaron, a good player at that position.
Why?
Listen, I'm an all-star. Listen, I'm an all-star.
There's a lot of players that do that. Ben Simmons did that too, but you love Ben Simmons, don't you?
Exactly.
Ben Simmons did. Ben Simmons tried to be a reserve all-star, remember?
Yeah,
but you love Ben.
Tell him, Wayne. Tell him. Tell him.
My whole thing is just keep it a beam. Keep it a beam. Be consistent.
No.
It's the principalities.
I don't know if I commented X-Men. I do think Oubre is better. Yes, Oubre is better than Tobias. Melton and Tobias is around the same to me. Melton might be a little better because he's younger, and I see a more of an upside for Melton. But I would take Oubre over Tobias. Yes, I would. I do think Oubre is probably more of a third option when he gets 100% healthy, and if they moved him into the starting lineup. But Tobias is making too much. I told you about this before, about reason why PJ Tucker was playing. Tobias Harris is making too much money to put him on the bench. This is the same reason why, even though Kuminga over there in Golden State is balling, they won't take away Wiggins minutes for Kuminga, even though Kuminga's playing better than Wiggins because Wiggins gets paid $140 million. Exactly. So it's all about the bread. It's all about the bread. So that's why you start.
That's what Ben Simmons said, Tim. Yeah, that was Ben Simmons' words.
No, those are the words of Tobias Harris, and then he was crying.
But, by the way, is Golden State up tonight yet? Are they winning? Golden State's playing.
Hey, D'Angelo, that's my. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what. If they was to be able to trade Tobias and bring him back here for less money for something more appropriate to his talent level, I would take Tobias Harris back on his team.
No,
he gets absolutely too much money. That's the biggest problem. See that's the biggest problem is the money, and that's what everybody look at when they see him. Like, you was getting paid this big money. It's two things why everybody that hate Tobias. One, because they feel as though Tobias is the reason Jimmy is not here when it was Brett Brown, not Tobias. And the other reason is because Tobias got paid big money, which he got paid that big money because the Sixers had to bring somebody in. They couldn't afford to lose him, and nobody else wanted to come in here.
And now actually
nobody else wanted. Who would you gonna get? Remember when Brett Brown was talking about something? We can get two superstars. He was talking about getting LeBron and Kawhi. Remember Brett Brown was talking that? And now, what I will say, the biggest difference between Oubre and Tobias is Oubre is more athletic. Oubre, if you talk about scoring option, I'll take Oubre as a scoring option over Tobias. However, Oubre does a lot of young boy type stuff, which I'm hoping Nick Nurse could coach him up a little bit more because he is still young. Oubre go through. That's what I'm saying. Oubre sometimes, you know what I'm saying, do some dumb stuff. I think Tobias Harris but Tobias Harris is like the professional. He like the old. He getting to be an old head professional. If I had to choose between the two, I'm gonna take Oubre though. I will take Oubre over Toby, but I don't think you have to choose between the two.
I think we should bench Toby and start Oubre.
You ain't benching him. You're making too much money.
For what?
140.
But for what? So who's your starting lineup, Tim? Who's your starting lineup?
We could do everybody except Tobias.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's where the hate comes in. That's what I'm saying. Where you ain't making no sense.
That's legit.
Thank you, Ampu Mons. I do agree that front court will be lethal. I do agree.
I would trade. I would make that trade in a heartbeat, Ampu.
Is that
I would make that trade.
Is that a reality?
Embiid and Markin in front court will be lethal. Tobias, KJ, Springer for 2 firsts and two firsts. I kind of like.
We got a couple firsts.
Yeah, but we giving up both your firsts?
I would.
Hey, I'm going for it.
I don't know if I would get up to 2 firsts for that though.
Yeah, I don't know about 2 firsts, all that and 2 firsts.
But I mean, listen.
Yeah, X-Men. I was just looking at that. His 3-point percentage definitely did dip. It started out like 40-something. It's dipped recently, and he's still averaging
31%. That means he's shooting right now about 18.
And he's still averaging 17 points.
All that being said, we got a nice solid victory tonight. I'm glad Embiid stepped up. I noticed Tim didn't had too much Embiid hate. Remember, Tim was hating on Embiid very early in the game, like Wayne said, he shoot too much and all this stuff like that. Embiid with another. Let's not forget the masterful performance and the clutch buckets made down the stretch by Joel Embiid as well. Some huge clutch buckets to start pouring this game away.
You noticed I didn't say nothing bad about Embiid. I thought he played it very well.
But you didn't say nothing good about him. He was hating.
Let's also not forget when Embiid came out in the second quarter, they ran on us and was running the score up, and that's how they ended up getting the lead. And Embiid came back and it was like, settle down.
We had already came back at that point. We did go down.
It was still a close game, and it was still a little bit close game in the fourth quarter, and then the Sixers went on like a 13-0 run when Embiid came back in the game.
No, I'm saying, but we went down. We came back before Embiid came back in the game. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Well, Sunday. Sunday we play
Dallas
Cowboys.
Dallas, big game in Dallas at AT&T Stadium. Jerry's World. Hopefully we can come and get a win.
Jalen Hurts, I believe.
Yeah,
come on.
Don't forget the light.
You know what it is? You know what it is, Relabel? It's the typical Philadelphia.
The chef.
He watching Golden State. I knew it. It's the typical Philadelphia fans hating on their own stars and Philly. And listen, I'm not hating. I'm a Philly fan too. I'm not hating on the Philly fans. But we get super emotional with stuff, and we have a tendency, and I don't think it's just Philly fans, but fans have a tendency to see a player that's on their team, and you get to see all their flaws and everything else. And like Ephraim said, you see the guy on the highlights over there, and you see his stat. Yo, you see what he putting up. You see what he doing. You see what he doing. Meanwhile, your guy doing the same stuff, but you see him every day. It's kind of sort of like the person that has their mate at home and they see all the negative things, and then all of a sudden you see the person at your job. They so nice. Every time they see me, they talk nice. They treat me nice. They do this. The work husband, the work husband or work wife or something. Yeah, you see them and they treat you so well. And meanwhile, you come home and you see your husband with the holy draws sitting around watching the game, or your wife with the bonnet on her head and makeup not on, and you looking and thinking something better out there, and they trash out in the streets. But that's what we do though.
No, Tobias is probably the work sanitation.
Come on, get a shot to Curry. Curry, go to work. Go to work.
Never forget.
Oh, step back three. Oh, this stuff is in his bag.
No man should make you that excited. I'm just saying.
Tim wanted Ayton over Embiid. Tim said Ayton would be a better fit for us than Embiid. Remember that. Just always remember that. Deion Ayton.
Y'all should have seen this shot.
You hear this?
It's crazy.
We don't care about that. Do you hear what he's saying?
No, he does.
He said he never said he wanted. Remember when Tim said he wanted Ayton over Embiid? Him and Ethan were talking about something. They wanted Embiid to play more like Ayton. Just go out there and get rebounds.
Yep. Yeah. That was. I remember that. I remember that very vividly.
Again, we got to see what Embiid.
Y'all should see this shot. Curry that joint was.
We don't care. All right, y'all like, comment, and subscribe.
But we saw what Ayton did in the playoffs, didn't we?
We catch y'all on our next podcast. We is definitely out.